for the state's top job, and one student hits it big on a game show. Hello and welcome to Sbu TV. I'm Vince Price.
And I'm Liz Witter. 2 weeks ago, we reported news of a stabbing on campus involving members of both the St. Bonaventure men's basketball team and 2 Jamestown Community College students. The JCC students were identified as Ramik Boyd and James Chapman. They were stabbed outside a townhouse on the Bonaventure campus early on the morning of March 21st. The university issued a low-key release shortly before air, informing the campus community that 4 St. Bonaventure students were served criminal summons for disorderly conduct and harassment for their roles in the incident. The names of the students have not been released. Sbu TV's efforts to get the students' names from police have been unsuccessful. Early this week, a new candidate emerged for governor of New York State. He's Carl Paladino, a local businessman from Buffalo. That's Carl Paladino's campaign theme as he runs for New York State governor. If his theme sounds familiar, that's because it is.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore!
Paladino is a graduate of St. Bonaventure University and is using a line from Peter Finch, who played Howard Beale in the 1976 film Network. Paladino is mad about what politicians in Albany are doing to the state.
These people have brought us record spending, record debt, and record taxes.
He told his supporters in Buffalo to these problems, he plans to lower taxes, freeze spending and hiring, reduce Medicaid expense and state debt, and make New York a magnet for jobs. He is seeking the Republican nomination against 2 other candidates. If elected, the 63-year-old candidate said he would only serve 1 term in office.
One St. Bonaventure student recently found good fortune on a very popular game show. Some right answers are priceless. St. Bonaventure Jr. Nicholas Seiler talks about how he got on The Price is Right and what his emotions were when hearing his name called.
We went out there for a rugby tour, and our coach got us tickets before we went through a travel agent. It was incredibly exciting. I don't really remember getting called. I just remember being on my feet and then realizing that I was going to be on The Price is Right. Oh, it was great. It was so exciting. Not nervous at all, just pure excitement the entire time. Definitely, if I had the chance, I would absolutely do it again.
For Sbu TV, I'm Vince Price. Nicholas is still unsure what he will do with his winnings.
Parking tickets are a constant irritation to students and staff alike on college campuses around the state. I found out how Bonaventure's income from parking tickets compares to other campuses. St. Bonaventure University brought in $175,000 in the 2007-2008 fiscal year from student parking decals and parking tickets. This was before the increase this year to $100 for parking decals, up $20 from 2 years ago.
By charging $80, we were on the very low end of that group. A $100 charge moved us right into the middle of that group, and we felt that's where we needed to be.
The university predicts between $100,000 and $110,000 to be brought in by the parking program each year. If that number isn't met, changes are made accordingly.
We're going to spend money where we need to spend money to make the campus better.
Bonaventure has 800 students with cars on campus. Last year, around 5,000 tickets were given out. St. John Fisher College in Rochester, New York, has 2,700 students, with 2,575 students with cars on campus. Their decals are $40 per year. Over 4,500 tickets on Fisher's campus were written. Siena College near Albany has 3,000 students, and their decals cost $75. Nazareth College, also near Rochester, has 2,800 students with cars on campus, also with a $40 fee for a parking decal.
Students think our officers are out there doing nothing but writing tickets. Our security officers do not have a quota. We discourage that. What we want them to do is their job.
One student said he isn't happy with the fees that come with parking on campus. He feels the security officers should focus on other priorities.
They're not able to stop other people from committing vandalism around the school, but they are able to stop us from having to park somewhere.
He found that parking at another college's campus was much easier.
I have visited Mansfield a couple of times, and I was permitted to park anywhere on campus. Never got a ticket. We spend almost, $30,000 a year to come here, and we are also spending, some of us, close to $200 a year for parking tickets. It just seems completely stupid.
Sbu Tv examined tax returns from several more colleges in the state, but none listed parking ticket incomes as a separate item. About 200 admitted students attended St. Bonaventure's annual Spring into Bonaventure event last month to take one last look at the university. The event was a hit for St. Bonaventure admissions, resulting in 41 student deposits for the fall 2010 semester, nearly doubling the number in 2009. The freshman class size for 2010 is estimated to be about 550, an increase of nearly 100 students from 2009. University officials say changes in scholarship and financial aid notification and successful recruiting programs this year have increased admission rates to a record high.
We're already ahead of where we were in any previous year that there are data for at the end of March.
Up next on SBU TV, do students at St. Bonaventure attend church, and what is Lady Liberty doing in Olean?
I'm calculating. I get what I want. If you get in my way, I'll wreak havoc upon you. I can leave you weak, limp, twisted, confused. If you want to live to see tomorrow, you answer to me, and you answer quickly. I am a stroke.
Learn to recognize a stroke and act quickly. Time lost is brain lost.
It seems pretty obvious that the saint in St. Bonaventure indicates that the university is a religious institution. In fact, it was founded by Franciscan priests 150 years ago. Today, at least half the university students are Catholic, but some practices aren't as common as they used to be, like going to church. Marilyn Wargo takes a look at some of today's Catholic undergrads.
St. Bonaventure University, a school that takes pride in its Franciscan heritage and offers different religious events to students. So what events do we mean?
We have Sunday liturgies and daily masses here. We have evenings away at the mountain during the week, overnights on weekends, retreats.
But how often does the Vice President of University Ministries see students getting involved?
Well, I see lots of students participating a lot, but that's partly because of where I am. You know, I know there are students who don't participate in anything.
Jamie Dentino and Brad Steinbach explain why they do not attend Sunday Mass.
I just have a busy day every Sunday. I try to get all my work done Sundays, so I don't feel like I can fit it in, and it's also my day to sleep in.
My parents aren't pushing me to go here, or I don't know, I just don't feel like I need to now.
However, some students are doing their best to fit Mass into their schedule.
I try to go every Sunday unless I have something to do. It's pretty much every Sunday.
I go every Sunday, just like I did back home. I usually shape my schedule around Mass.
I'm among those students who find time to attend church. An estimated 100 students attend Mass every Sunday here on campus. For SBU TV, I'm Marilyn Wargo.
According to the university, about 59% of Bonaventure freshmen are Roman Catholic, but the university remains diverse, with other students ranging from Muslim to Lutheran to Baptist.
From the Big Apple to Olean, New York, Lady Liberty is everywhere, and our own Amanda Ciavarri takes a closer look at Liberty Income Tax's friendly face.
Meet Arlene Mall, better known as
Lady Liberty.
You may have seen her smiling face and waving arms on the side of West State Street in Olean, but have you ever wondered what she's doing there?
I stand out here and wave, try to wave to every car, every vehicle that comes by, but my purpose is marketing. You know, people will stop and ask me questions about their taxes. A lot of people just come by and talk.
And do you ever wonder how successful she is?
My boss says that the majority of the people, last year they said like 70% of the people that came in because of that lady out in front.
And for Arlene, this job has some special perks.
He told me one day I'm the Olean celebrity. I'm in some parades and stuff too, and when I come along, people start screaming and yelling and hollering, and I feel like I'm a movie star or something.
And the job is a perfect fit for her because unlike some people, Arlene Mall doesn't have stage fright.
I'm embarrassed to say this. I like to be in front of people. From the time I was 4 years old, played my little accordion up on the church platform. I just really enjoy talking to people and being friendly. That's just me.
For Sbu TV, I'm Amanda Ciavarri.
Arlene will only be seen at special events after April 15th until next tax season.
Facebook is a social networking site that has over 350 million users worldwide. Members' pages show pictures, comments, and personal information. Sometimes that can cause a problem for those searching for jobs. Lauren Adams reports.
It's just another way to learn a little bit more about me.
I mean, it keeps you connected to everybody.
Facebook allows its subscribers to find old friends and keep them updated on what's going on in their lives. But recently, it's been found your friends aren't the only ones viewing your page.
I know that employers do check people's Facebooks before they hire them, and it really does deter them from hiring some people.
As Facebook users begin to look for jobs, they need to be aware of what's being displayed on their page.
When an employer sees that without meeting you first, they're getting an impression of you.
Facebook offers the option of privacy settings, but some feel those settings aren't protection enough when it comes to looking for jobs.
I don't really worry about the privacy settings so much. I think I just censor everything before it's even on there.
I pretty much filter what I don't want people to see out and not relying on privacy settings.
Most feel that although employers are viewing them, there's no reason to get rid of their Facebook pages.
Yeah, I think it's a good way for you as well to kind of display to people how you want to be portrayed by the companies that are seeking you.
As long as you can censor yourself in a professional way, you can keep yourself out there so people can still contact you.
Young hopes Facebook isn't the major factor a company considers when looking at potential employees.
Your Facebook plus your work experience plus your resume, your internship experiences, your grades, all those things are going to matter in terms of what people are looking at about you.
For Sbu TV, I'm Lauren Adams.
Our neighbor to the north, Canada, has the highest percentage of Facebook users by population. Maybe it's because of the long, cold winters.
Shoppers may have found it difficult to come by maple syrup this year, and Sam Dibble found out why the much-prized sweet is in short supply.
Spring usually means income to maple syrup producers. But this year, they face the worst of times. It may be because of what the rest of us call good weather. Many attribute the disappointing season to the warm climate.
We never had the thaw, freeze cycle that you generally need. When it finally did break and got above the 32, it got to 45, 50 degrees and stayed there. Just it never would freeze at night, and it killed the season.
Because of the way the sap is obtained, specific conditions must be met in order for it to be an effective ingredient within the syrup.
If the conditions are right, you're gathering the sap once a day, taking it back to the sugar house. Through a float system, it automatically runs into the pans. You boil it down either various ways, wood, fire, natural gas, fuel oil.
Once the sap is taken from the maple tree, more than just maple syrup can be produced and sold. The maple business can be a profitable one.
You can make maple cream, maple candy, a granulated sugar flavored rubs, spices, barbecue sauces, popcorn. There's a lot of different ways to use maple syrup, and it is all natural.
For Sbu TV, I'm Sam Dibble.
The official syrup season has ended, but producers have hope for better conditions next year. Have the roads around the St. Bonaventure campus seemed slightly bumpy? Wondering when they'll be fixed? Katie Beacham has more.
This sound has become all too familiar to the St. Bonaventure community. Potholes can be seen on roads throughout the campus, the worst being behind the Riley Center and Richter Center.
What the roads really need is a reconstruction.
The New York State Department of Transportation has provided the university with a $2 million grant in order to help with repaving costs. The school itself must cover 20% of the overall costs, but won't be reimbursed for previous work.
Any work, any money that we spend on road repairs of roads that are going to be rebuilt is basically lost. We can't credit towards the project.
Each year, the university spends roughly $20,000 filling in potholes.
Most of our main campus roads were built, you might say haphazardly over the years. They started out as dirt roads and they were gravel, and they lack the drainage systems underneath and so on, which keeps the water out and which keeps the ice out, which prevents potholes from forming.
It's a bit rough to drive around campus, but Winger says this bumpy ride's almost over.
We expect that the work will start in the summer, but it will probably, some portions of roadway will be done before classes resume. Some portions will not.
For SBU TV, I'm Katie Beacham.
It will cost about $1 million to fix just the main roads around campus.
St. Bonaventure and the Red Cross teamed up for their annual blood drive and community awareness rally Saturday, March 27th at the Olean Mall.
This is our once-a-year Storm the Mall event. It's a combination blood drive and family preparedness fair. So we have all kinds of different activities and information that families, along with their children, can participate in and learn about preparing for emergencies and natural disasters. Obviously, donating blood is considered a preparedness event also because you're preparing for the future by donating blood. Fingerprinting and IDing of children, so the parents will actually have an ID card for their child. We also have an obstacle course that takes kids through how to be safe around the water.
Every year, St. Bonaventure University works with the American Red Cross to inform the public about health and safety. This event is called Storm the Mall. For SBU TV, I'm Vince Price. St. Bonaventure and the Red Cross has scheduled a walk-run to raise health awareness on April 24th.
Coming up in sports, should your children look up to professional athletes? And we take a peek at the St. Bonaventure women's lacrosse team.
I don't hear any. Arts programs are being cut, making it hard for my kids and yours. Arts education is important, so it goes. Fight for it, because the less arts kids get, the more it shows. Rapping, painting, or creating music, arts education is key. How's that, Mom?
Remember what I told you, Chuck. Less bebop and more hip-hop.
How does an athlete go? Ask for more. Americans for the...
Today's star athletes dazzle us with their determination, courage, and amazing feats on the field of play. Yet some live less than model lives when the spotlight is turned off. Tony Jones investigates whether modern sports icons are worthy of being role models.
Go from an...
Incredible high, like Michigan State's Corey Lucius, to the rock-bottom low of former Major Leaguer Dwight Gooden. Despite talent on the playing field, should athletes be viewed as role models?
And that franchise. Now Kobe, did he get it out in time? I bet he did. Shot clock down. He's got the Lakers up by 12. That's what he needs.
There is no denying Kobe Bryant's skill on the basketball court. But with fame and success came media scrutiny when he was accused of sexual assault in 2003. Bryant lost endorsement contracts and public support over the incident. In the years since, he has struggled back to the level of NBA champion, one of the most marketable stars in the game.
I did not sexually assault Andrew McNulty.
Was Ben Roethlisberger's response in 2009 to an alleged sexual assault. The public seemed to withhold judgment until...
Georgia investigators have withdrawn their request for a DNA sample from Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger. Roethlisberger is accused of sexually assaulting a 20-year-old college student at a Georgia nightclub.
A second allegation by another woman in 2010. Like Bryant, Roethlisberger is a major star in America's most popular sport. The charismatic quarterback is a two-time Super Bowl champion, and Commissioner Roger Goodell has taken notice.
The most important thing is we take the issue very seriously. We are concerned that Ben continues to put himself in this position.
Roethlisberger was also criticized for not wearing a helmet when he was almost killed after a 2006 motorcycle accident.
Both Bryant and Roethlisberger, being from popular team sports, have been able to use the success of their teams to downplay the allegations against them in recent years. But the sports world's biggest star, who happens to play an individual sport, might not be so lucky.
A lot has transpired in my life. A lot of ugly things have happened. Things that I've done some pretty bad things in my life.
Tiger Woods is the epitome of what really is a star athlete. He's a champion, a trailblazer, and until recently, the sports world's seemingly perfect, wholesome cover boy. That all changed when a bizarre early morning car crash last November led to numerous accounts of infidelity in his marriage. Sponsors like Buick, who had been planning to cut Woods anyway for cost reasons, severed ties, along with management consulting firm Accenture and AT&T. Others, like Nike, who built an entire golf franchise around Woods, stayed, along with video game developer EA Sports. After the personal embarrassment he has faced, how will the formerly untouchable hero reform his image?
I was doing a lot of things, as I said, that hurt a lot of people. And stripping away denial and rationalization, you start coming to the truth of who you really are. And that can be very ugly. But then again, when you face it and you start conquering it and you start living up to it, the strength that I feel now, I've never felt that type of strength.
We as sports fans can only hope. For SBU TV, I'm Tony Jones.
Woods made his long-awaited return to competitive golf at the Masters tournament in Augusta, Georgia.
Their game uses a web stick and a hard bouncy ball. It's Canada's national sport, and women play it very seriously on the St. Bonaventure campus. Andrea Doneth reports.
The St. Bonaventure University women's lacrosse team began its 2010 season with 3 consecutive losses.
But it was hard having those first few losses in our season.
Despite these defeats, players we talked to believe their tough non-conference schedule has helped them improve.
We've gained a lot of good experience against those upper-level teams, and we need to compete against those teams in order to be successful in the A-10s.
And the results reflect that. The Bonnies are 7-5 overall and 2-1 in conference, putting them in a tie for 3rd place.
Going into our A-10s, I think we would better play than we used to play like last year. We definitely stepped it up a lot.
This year's seniors began their collegiate careers on top with the winning freshman season and an appearance in the Atlantic 10 tournament. Then came a coaching change and 2 tough years.
At first, it was a little difficult having a different coach.
Not many people have to go through that, but some people kind of saw it as an ending. I saw it as a beginning.
And these players believe that a new beginning, mixed with experience, has helped the Bonnies get back to the top.
We did only lose 1 player last year. We have basically the same team as last year.
A lot of us have played for 3 to 4 years together, so we know where a player is going to be when they're not there yet. We trust one another a lot more, too.
With the Bonnies' recent success, they believe they can finish the season on top of the conference.
Everybody wants to win A-10s. I think that this year we definitely can do it. If we play our perfect game 100%, we can beat anybody.
For SBU TV, I'm Andrea Doneth.
The women's lacrosse team takes on Temple this afternoon at 3 p.m.
Last month, we reported that SBU's senior defender, Tyler Bellamy, signed a contract with the professional soccer team, the Rochester Rhinos. A few weeks ago, the Bonnies got to take on their old teammate. The Bonnies played the Rhinos at Pepsi Stadium in Corning, New York, but this time, Bellamy sported his black and white uniform instead of his usual brown and white one. The Bonnies fell short to the Rhinos, 3-0. The Bonnies continued their preseason play with games in Athens, Pennsylvania next weekend. That's all for this week on SBU TV. I'm Liz Witter.
And I'm Vince Price. For the rest of us in the Coop Lab, thanks for watching.